Hi, hello everybody. I'm so pleased. I'm so pleased to be here today. Ecomotion is such an important stage for us, such an extraordinary place to be at. Actually, 3 years ago, we decided to unveil for the first time our electric platform, modular, flat electric platform here on this stage. Our co-founder, CEO, Daniel Barel, bought this platform just here, and this is where we went out of stealth mode. And so much has happened to us since. The whole market has evolved. Actually, electrification is such an amazing thing. It keeps on changing every day. And eventually the goal is to bring to a cleaner and greener future. Today I will focus on commercial vehicles, commercial electric vehicles, and specifically how important they are in ensuring a cleaner and greener world. What does their adoption in the market look like? And a hint, how we can actually accelerate their adoption in the market. Electrification is really about the bigger picture. Is about our lives, is about how do we improve our lives, the life of our children and future generation. It's not anymore a matter of if, it's just a matter of when, how, and how fast. When analyzing the numbers, of that have an impact on clean world, we're looking at global CO2 emission. 20% of total global CO2 emission is from transportation. We look at reducing the emission of greenhouse gases with the goal of bringing it to a balance of 0. Out of transportation, 45% of the CO2 emission are generated from private cars and 30% from commercial vehicles. But one may say we see way fewer commercial vehicles on the road than private cars. And this further strengthens the importance of electrifying vehicles, commercial vehicles, and how these can bring to really ensure this revolution of electrification. In fact, the CO2 emission of one commercial vehicle is equal to approximately 48 private cars. And this is definitely a huge number. Moreover, commercial vehicles are really the backbone of our society. They are so predominant in our lives. It includes daily deliveries that we're all so familiar with. We became so much used to it, especially since COVID, but this trend keeps on growing and will continue to grow. COVID-19 was merely a catalyst to that. People's habits have changed, and so has the market growing significantly. Another element in here is shared mobility. If you are fond of shared mobility as much as I am, you would think that the growth of this segment will actually surpass way more any existing forecast of analysts in this market. People's habits have changed. Everybody wants to get somewhere in an efficient manner and faster. And we need to serve this need. So let's look at numbers. Again, I'm an economist, so I like looking at numbers. Let's look at the trend and what does the adoption of electric vehicles look like. Let's focus on 2040, only 18 years from now. The adoption of private cars is expected to be 71%. That means that out of all vehicles produced in 2040 are expected to be 71% of these are expected to be electric. However, in the commercial segment, it's only 38%. How come this difference is so significant? What can we do in order to, when looking forward to 2040, accelerate this adoption and ensure that commercial vehicles are not only 38%, but rather much more. Putting in place commercial electric vehicles is a much more complex than private cars. Think about it. Commercial vehicles are not standalone. They require a complex ecosystem supportive in order to be on the road. Think about it. A fleet of tens, hundreds, thousands of vehicles now having to operate. What does it require? It requires all these moving parts of this full ecosystem, putting together and synchronizing all together, working together into making sure driving these vehicles. Commercial vehicles have to be connected to the grid with strong power optimization. They need to be connected to data management. They need to be connected to mobile application, to future applications such as autonomous drive, and so much more. These commercial vehicles also have to have different shape, size, performance that are required in order to serve the needs of the customers. And this is a complex environment. Looking at this full ecosystem, we focus on the vehicle and what does it require in order to work. It requires this connectivity and seamless integration with all of these elements. While the vehicle is at the core, it's all about working all together. And this is a complex task. It requires no one company to work together. It requires many companies to be working all together in order to bring this to fruition and to bring electrification to its final goal. And this is what we've been doing at REE. For the past almost 10 years, we've looked at electrification differently. We've built a platform that is open, that has the ability to connect to all of these elements of ecosystem. Of course, incentives and government incentives are key to drive the electrification of commercial vehicles, but the complexity that we see is about having them all work together. REE's platform is a full-by-wire platform, drive-by-wire, steer-by-wire, brake-by-wire, with the inherent architecture ability to connect to so many elements, data management, telematics, charging infrastructure, and the likes. We met last week a very large transportation company, and they said, fine, we want to electrify commercial fleets, but what can we do? Our buildings are 70 and 80 years old. How do we ensure that when we have these vehicles, they will actually be able to connect to grid, have enough electrification? All of this has to be optimized in a clever way. Management needs to happen as well, fleet management. And this is the challenge. It's the challenge of making it all work together. During these years, we've also built quite a few partnerships in order to enable this revolution of electrifying commercial vehicles to happen. Companies such as Hitachi America for data management and infrastructure, energy infrastructure, other companies such as Morgan Olson, JB Poindexter, and Hino, Navia, Magna, and others, in order to provide to fleets the full solution. We've also built several platforms that will be the base for vehicle of different size, shape, dimension, performance, with the aim of giving a solution to what is required by fleets today. And here is a quick sneak about our technology. Last but not least, I wish to invite you to the US, Europe, Israel, to see our vehicles running. And actually also just outside of this hall, we brought for you to see our platform driving. Thank you very much.